opposition party. And it's mind-boggling that the Democrats are finally having that moment, that Tea Party movement that is building from its own ranks. And you have some real grassroots-funded candidates that are saying, no, we must look for an alternative. We must look for a message that centers the working class. She said you're a Holocaust denier? Oh, my Lord. We can't shake our heads in disbelief at 24% of young Dems and 30% of Republicans of all ages believing the Holocaust was exaggerated, did not happen, while downplaying or straight up ignoring anti-Semitism with our intent. Lily Cohn, if you can find one instance where I've ever denied the Holocaust, I will give you $1 million, you fucking psychopath. God, these people are such fucking evil losers, and they're so irrelevant too. Who is this person? She is the press person for Third Way. Third Way is a neoliberal centrist think tank that is actively trying to... Like, she's not a part of the Democratic Party, okay? It's weird to say that about someone who worked for Kamala Harris and someone who worked for Joe Biden, who now works for Third Way. But it's just crazy. First of all, in your very public attack on our young staffer, you simply made up crap about us. We oppose Iraq too, for what it's worth. Second, you really stand with this asshole? Oh, then it's as a lesser evil voter, I will once again repeat my harm reductionist credo. Hamas is 1,000 times better than the fascist settler colonial apartheid state. And the real harm happening here is that another illegal stolen land sale is taking place at another synagogue. Do you have any disagreements with that? Can you communicate why you think Israel is the lesser evil here without leaning into complaints? Wait, actually, you know what? I'm going to say, I hear you chirping, but I don't hear why you have you really do have to start suing these motherfuckers for libel. I'm not going to do that. Okay, I hear you chirping, but I don't hear what your reasonable disagreements are. This is bullshit and you know it. We do not support the Iran war. We have publicly and strenuously opposed it. Hasan, I thought you stopped live tweeting on screen, so if you delete it, they don't have the screenshot. I don't care. Hasan, I recommended you to my grandmother to watch. What would be a good video to share with her to get her interested and educated? Thank you. Very helpful for her. Here, I got you. Hold on 1 second. Let me show you what we could use here. This is a really good question. Thank you, Silo Kiki. I think this is where we start. The problem is your grandma might get aroused a little bit too much. Your grandma might have a little bit of a cardiac arrest of sorts if she watches this shit. Are we gonna have a Jack Hassan summer again? Yes. All right, anyway, enough. All jokes aside, I don't know what the best video to show your granny is, but showed this to my grandma and she fucking exploded. Thanks, man. You got it. Categories for left, all the topics to cover. Maybe it will change her thoughts. I'm sorry I asked. No, we're fucking with you, man. Go to HasanHub. It's an independent fan-made hub for all of the videos. You can bracket it off of like individual things. But my suggestion always is like identify what the interests are for your grandparents or for your parents or for your friends. Like if you have friends that are, for example, like they love working out, you can show them a podcast that I've done with like a meathead, right? If you have friends who are really into like econ shit, you can show them a podcast that I've done with like, iced coffee hour or something like that. Because those are probably much better than the unfiltered, unrestrained live broadcast as far as like an entry point. She's on 1 HP, chill. Yeah. Grandma vids I would show are the I've Had It podcast. Yeah, I think that's probably a good one. You know? Oh, PBS, exploding chatter's grandmother since 2016. Hell yeah. I've heard you pissed off the tankies yesterday. What did you do? Stop. I don't like using tanky as a pejorative. Okay, stop it. His grandma probably is a real gamer, so don't show her Hasan losing a Nameless King. I won Nameless King. I defeated Nameless King. Anyway, Third Way is so mad. Third Way is so mad because they're losing their grip of relevance amongst the base, and Democrats, if they are responsive to the needs of their voters, are going to literally drop this Third Way shit, and it sucks for them. Calling Mike for PA chatters tankies is so funny. They're not. They're not at all. It is so funny though that like this person, if they just talked about me, I think like that would be one thing. But when they like package it up with Graham Plattner, who is objectively more popular than the centrist neoliberal candidate that's pro-Israel, and then also tying this movement to Zohran Kwame Mamdani, the most popular national Democrat right now, the most popular figure in the National Democratic Party, is crazy. Okay, here are a few. Hamas 1,000 times better than fascist settler colonial state. It doesn't matter if rapes happen on October 7th. In just the world, regardless of your background, any kind of fucking Zionist tendency should be treated in the same way as being a fucking rabid neo-Nazi. Okay, these are just my statements. I don't think you understand. These are my statements. Can you explain what you disagree with? I consider Zionism to be a fascist, ethno-supremacist ideology that is hell-bent on destruction and expansion. Can you tell me why that's wrong? Is this Matt Bennett guy supposed to be smart? Yes. Not to coach you, but you really do think you're going to go through the third way guy by using your valid leftist speak? You got to water it down for his peanut brain. This is not about dunking. This is not about fucking. This is not about convincing the third way guy. Okay. This is more so about stressing over and over again that the only tool that pro-Israel folks have at their disposal is fake outrage, is feigned outrage, is manufactured outrage, and it's like cynical deployment of the term anti-Semitism against people who have spent a good deal of fucking time fighting against anti-Semitism. Okay? That's it. So my argument here is basically to identify that, because inevitably he is going to do that. Okay? Because he has no fucking argument other than outrage over statements. Why do they have your statements on file? He got them statements a bit too fast, bruh. They do, because they're getting it from Jewish Insider and all these other like Zionist newspapers that specifically funnel these talking points to people who want to defend Israel. The problem that these guys don't understand, however, is that these talking points don't fucking matter to average people. As a matter of fact, the more they conflate people like myself with anti-Semitism, and the more they conflate Israel with Judaism, the more they make people anti-Semitic. Third Way does not strenuously oppose the Iran war. They issued a mealy-mouthed memo on 2/28 that's nothing but limp process concerns and hammering over unanswered questions that ends by declaring Third Way strongly supports our troops and hopes this mission succeeds. I love you, bro, but you need to clarify the rape comment. He will think that you're saying that they happened and were super cool. Please work on communicating with these normies. Yeah, the rape comment is the most disingenuous one out of all of them because it's cut in fucking half. I said it doesn't matter if rapes happened on October 7th. That doesn't change the dynamic of genocide for me at all. It doesn't justify genocide. Do you think it justifies genocide? Should we genocide? Should we genocide an entire fucking group of people in Alabama if rapes are happening in Alabama, for example? It doesn't fucking matter. Yeah, it literally doesn't matter. It doesn't, because people understand that now. Like, people on October 10 might not have understood that sentiment, but now even when you fucking place that out of context, it still doesn't matter, because people do get it. People are like, okay, yeah, no, that does make sense. I don't think it's justifiable to do a genocide, because now people are aware that Israel is committing a genocide. In the past, people were not even aware that Israel was an apartheid state. Now people are aware that Israel's an apartheid state and doing a genocide. So when I fucking talk about it like this, I don't have to constantly go through the motions and explain to people what a genocide is and how Israel is conducting it, you know? Anyway, these people are bad faith actors regardless. You know, they're bad faith actors regardless. They're not invested in the truth. Usha Vance wants to name her son Hasan. Shut the fuck up. That's funny. I thought you were being serious. Yeah, for chatters asking why he has those quotes handy. He has those. It's a circle jerk between the same guys. Exactly. Notable, quotable from Third Way Dems. And it's so funny. It's like the other side of this question is, where are liberal Zionist Jews supposed to go? What are you going to do? Vote for the Republicans? Is that what you're going to do? You're going to vote for the not anti-Semitic Republicans because you care about Israel that much? If that's your primary concern? Because I don't think it is. I think you're fucking lying. I think you are literally lying to me and maybe to yourself. And some might. Good luck with that. If you want to vote for actual active Holocaust deniers, have fun with that. You're a fucking idiot. You are literally a fucking moron. They're going to put you in fucking concentration camps, and you're a moron that will vote for it because you were so delusionally invested in this idea that Israel represents. Okay? It's so dumb. Oh, nasty Arab-loving, nasty Islam-loving freaks on the Democratic Party don't want genocide. Well, I want genocide. I'll vote for the pro-genocide party, even if that inevitably comes back, loops back around and genocides me. That's what you're doing. I personally don't even concede the grape claim. I ask for evidence. The best evidence is always either he say, she say, or they just act like you're a monster for rejecting the propaganda made to dehumanize the resistance like a barbaric grapist orcs. Stop saying grapist. I'm willing to engage with these kinds of conversations because I know people like fucking Zoran are never going to do that. People like Grant Platter are never going to do that. And if they try to successfully bully politicians to not interact with me for this reason, guess what? Then those politicians are fucked, okay? Because the reality is that the reason why politicians come to me, come to this community, is because it's a fucking massive community, okay? It's a massive community of fucking door knockers. It's a massive community of activists. It's a massive community of anti-Zionists. And I consider Hamas to be a murderous terrorist organization that killed, raped, tortured, kidnapped, and terrorized civilians, as well as murdering scores of their own people. It's not progressive to be on the side of Hamas. That's it? Wait, it feels like he responded to something else. Okay, I don't think you understand. These are my statements. Can you explain what you disagree with? And I consider Hamas to be a murderous terrorist organization that killed, tortured, raped, terrorized. Okay. I'm just going to reply with Israel this. Wait, where is it? Everything you claim doing, Israel has done tenfold. Thanks for understanding my position for harm reduction. You must really hate Israel then. Yeah, exactly. Right, disregard all previous comments and no, it's not a bot. That's a real human that real human being. It's even sadder. This guy co-founded a company, Jesus. And I consider Hamas to be a murderous terrorist organization that killed, raped, tortured, kidnapped, and terrorized civilians, as well as murdering scores of their own people. It's not progressive to be on the side of Hamas. Also, murdered their own people. Brother, Israel literally used helicopters to massacre Israeli civilians because they did not want Israelis to be captured by Hamas. What the fuck are you talking about? Hamas murdered its own civilians. The country you are defending has done a genocide. Okay? Israel has literally killed its own prisoners of war that had escaped the resistance, that had white flags that they were waving saying, we are Israeli, we are Israeli. They fucking slaughtered them. Israel blew up their own hostages, the Hamastages. It's fucking idiotic. You can never defend Israel. Israel has no leg to stand on. It's ridiculous. Every accusation is projection. It's so crazy. Everything you claim Hamas is doing, Israel has done 1,000-fold. Thanks for understanding my position on harm reduction, I said. Anyway, these guys are fucking monsters, brother. And not only are they monsters, but they're deeply unpopular monsters. Their position is gone. Their position has no weight. Okay? There are people who believe this shit on the Republican Party side. They are evangelical psychopaths, many of which are also deeply anti-Semitic. Okay? the analog here is, yeah, ask him if the right to rape protests justify genocide in Israel. Yeah, like the Hamas rape argument is so fucking ridiculous because, one, it's not established on any sort of significant evidence whatsoever. It's all circumstantial shit that was pieced together. There has been zero people that have come out. There have been documented cases of sexual assault in captivity. This is real. That did happen. Okay, I've said it over and over again. As far as like mass rapes directed by Hamas on October 7, it's fucking pure bullshit. Okay, there has not been any evidence whatsoever to suggest that that took place, and they still fucking run with this narrative. Meanwhile, I don't think Israel should be genocided, even though they had a pro-rape rally. They had a pro-rape January 6th. And now the people that they were committed to releasing, the concentration camp guards at Sderei Teiman, are now free. The Israeli government literally released them. So the pro-rape rioters won. And I still don't think Israel should be genocided because I'm not a fucking psycho. You have to be a psychopath to operate like that. What's wrong with you, Hassan? Hamas and Hezbollah and the Ayatollahs are monsters. I'm Muslim from Europe, by the way. I have no problem to condemn terrorists. He literally did. They talk about Hamas. You talk about Israel. Can't you see how stupid this is? I love Euroids, bro. Euroids who are like, listen, I'm Muslim from Germany, okay? And I have a centrist opinion. I think, well, Israel is the greatest nation on earth, okay? Israel is the greatest nation on earth. No, Austria. Oh my God, I clocked it. Yes. Yes. Yeah. I'm Austrian, not German. And I think Allah is with Israel. You are a dog. You are spiritually destroyed. You are cattle. Okay? Oh my God. Oh, you fucking shameless cow. I'm Austrian and I voted for Israel on the Eurovision 1,000 times. Yeah. Yeah. As a Muslim in Austria, I think the real anti-Semitism during the Holocaust happened because of the Muslims. Have you heard about the Grand Mufti? Yeah. Real anti-Semitism never came from the Christians, yeah? It was my Muslim grandparents that did the real anti-Semitism. No Muslim is saying that? Yeah, I know. He's a fucking idiot. It is funny, though. There is no shot that there's a... I like that I was able to clock his fucking Euroid, his Euroid perspective instantly, though. I bet he's Albanian. Fuck no. No human being with a real conscience is going to look at the situation and say God is on the side of, like, I'm not a religious person at all. You guys know this already, but no fucking person with a conscience is going to literally say God is on the side of the apartheid state that is literally committing atrocities right now. 750,000 Lebanese people have been displaced from their homes as Israel is bombing Beirut. Okay, destroying entire city blocks in Beirut at this moment. It's completely ridiculous. And that is after, it's coming on the heels of a genocide that Israel committed for 2.5 fucking years with unlimited weaponry from the United States of America and from many European countries as well. It is completely fucking ridiculous. You don't know Albanians then, man? No, there are, you know, the pro-NATO guys, obviously, but it's not is not as commonplace as you think. It's like the fucking Persian diaspora. People are like, oh, every diasporoid is like begging Israel to nuke Tehran. That's not the case. It's just unfortunate that the media has a very specific purpose to play here, a very specific role to play here. And that's precisely the reason why the only diasporoids you hear from are the ones who are like, I am from Tehran. My family wants Kubide. My family wants nuclear bombs. Please, President Trump, nuke Tehran. That's not the case, though. The majority of fucking Persians in diaspora also are not in support of American and Israeli bombing campaigns in Iran. It's more of a 50-50 split that actually favors the side that has the understandable position here, which is, hey, I don't like the IRGC, but I also don't want to get fucking nuked. My dad hopes that Israel nukes Iran so Jesus will come back because that's what the Bible says. You know what's ironic? People were actually talking to me about, people were like posting that one time where I was like having a little bit of an argument with a diaspora Iranian Uber driver, and he had the same attitude. It's so funny that like that is a commonly shared attitude by many fucking freaks. Also, the Bible does not say that at all. The Bible does not consider nuclear arms, okay? It's also much more Iranians against the war now. That 50-50 poll was taken ages ago. I know. That 50-50 poll was in the aftermath of the 12-day war. This is far more consequential for regular Iranians than the 12-day war because now they have, they're engaging in chemical warfare as well. Yeah, Netanyahu called the IDF rapists heroic warriors, in Hebrew, of course. The blood libel known as the Sdei Teiman affair against the warriors of Force 100, which has damaged Israel's reputation in the world in an unprecedented manner, has reached its end. It's unacceptable that it took so much time to close the case that was handled in a criminal manner against IDF warriors who confront the worst of our enemies. The state of Israel must pursue its enemies, not its heroic warriors. Yeah, the child annihilator is now saying that the Holocaust committing concentration camp guards that literally raped Palestinians are actually brave warriors. Thank you.